Have you ever come across a media that you like so much that when it ended that you were bummed out about it? And then after like a few months later or a few years later, they kind of had a sequel season. And then when you waited for it, you were kind of hyped. You were hyped for this season to come out because you like this media so much. You're so excited for it. And then when the new season, the sequel season came out, it just doesn't live up to the quality that you used to watch from the previous season. And that is what I feel about Elite. Now, Elite is a Spanish drama, like a teenage drama that is streaming on Netflix, and it's about this group of students that is like involved in this like drama murder mystery. Like by the end of the season, you will find out what's happening. Or at the beginning of the season, they will kind of reveal what is happening. For example, like there's a murder mystery going on, and by the end of the season, you will find out who the murderer is, or who is the responsible for the murder, or who's responsible for the drama that's causing in the drama. Well, but that's how I feel about Elite. Well, I don't feel anything about Elite. I'm currently talking about the synopsis, but the first three seasons of Elite was really, really good, and uh, it had no way to go but up. Okay, so the first season set the ground running. The second season was awesome. The third season just like the perfect way to end the series because everything the characters are kind of revolve around this murder or the drama that started in the first season. And when season 3 ended, pretty bummed out about it. Most of the cast kind of left because in sync with their school year. So by the time that season 3 ended, most of the students, well, the cast kind of graduated. So a lot of the cast left because they are going to study in university in that. Well, the characters, not the actors and actresses, okay? Okay, it ended pretty good, season 3. And then they decided to release season 4, which is, I was like, why? Why? Why do they need to continue this? And I was like, okay, they revealed the characters, they revealed Ari, they revealed Mencia, they revealed Patrick, and then the new principal of the school. And when the season 4 came out, I watched it, I binged it. It was pretty alright, to be honest with you. And more characters from the old seasons kind of, they bounced, okay? So I was like, okay, they're kind of slowly integrating this new set of characters from, season 4 onwards, okay? Like the students that are no longer involved in the drama that started from season 1, right? So I was like, okay, this is a pretty decent, sequel or sequel season, right? They kind of continue this drama, right? And then they released season 5, right? And I felt like season 5 kind of brought back the feeling of the earlier seasons, like the first three seasons. It felt like that. Well, at least to me, okay. So because it was intense, it had the right amount of drama, the romance, the horniness, the sex scenes. Okay, it was all right. Not all right. It was really good. Okay, it felt like the earlier seasons of Elite, right? And then now I just watched season 6 and I am really disappointed because a lot of the characters kind of left. A lot of the characters from season 5 left. They kind of had to start from scratch with how they are going to continue the series, right? Because there's this one character that is like kind of got the unfortunate event. They made some of the minor characters from season 5 into a major character into season 6. I mean, you definitely cannot dismiss the fact that one of the characters in season 5 kind of got SA'd. Okay, I'm not gonna say the word, but she kind of got SA'd by multiple dudes. Okay, and it's hard to dismiss that when you bring it to the next season, right? And so they did. They made her into a main character because it's pretty heavy. What they tackled in that. It deals with injustices in that. But in season 6, it mainly deals about homosexuality, the being trans, and then obviously the SA and the injustices of it. I think they did pretty good, but I cannot really say the same for the for the trans one. I'm not saying it because I'm transphobic, but I'm saying it because I don't have any experiences with the struggle of a transgender. But I think they kind of portrayed it pretty good, to be honest with you. And then they tackle kind of the extreme homophobia in Europe, because one of the characters came out as gay, and that kind of went wild, to be honest with you. And it's pretty wild, that episode was. Enough of the good things about season 6. Now let's go back to the the bad things of season 6. Is that, again, the characters, a lot of characters from season 5 left. It's just I don't fuck with a lot of characters in season 6, to be honest with you. They just kind of appeared out of nowhere. They were like they were saying that they are already in that school, but I kind of don't see them. I, they just introduce new characters. They just cast new characters. They just bring them to that school, bro. And I hate that. And I really, really hate that. And then some of the characters that existed, from season 4, from previous seasons, they kind of pretend that like nothing happened with the events of season 5. Well, they kind of tackled it at the beginning of season 6, but and that was it. That was actually it. And then a lot of the characters, and this specific character that disappeared, they just kind of like mention like, oh, they just went back to their home country because he's a prince and whatever the fuck. And that was it. There's also this one female character that also disappeared, and no one mentioned her. I think Mencia mentioned her, but it's very vague. Okay, she was like, okay, I kind of experienced this too. I love someone, but that was it. That was it. There's no like, she doesn't miss the character. She doesn't miss the character. A lot of the characters just kind of like moved on with their lives. It's troubling, to be honest with you.